Welcome, everybody. This is the fucking name that I just completely forgot. This is Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Episode 1, or Season 1, Episode 1, the Infernal Brotherhood of the Scruffy Looking Nerf Herders review, and words are hard. I am 100% sober, and that it shows. This is, God damn it, this is such a good one. Such a great way to start off the series too. I mean, technically the movie started off the series, but god damn, this was a strong episode.
Like the theme was the same though, right? Like it was the Separatists v the Republic trying to win over in this case, planet or a trade route. Like either way, it's the same fucking premise, which kind of bugged me.
No, this one actually makes sense because they're gonna, build a fucking base.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay,
it's not just asking for permission to fly through a place they probably won't.
Yeah, can I fly by your planet, earthbound slug? Just because I don't want to make you angry, because you're an earthbound slug, and I'm in space, and it doesn't make any sense! Okay, so you're absolutely right. This makes infinitely more sense. The premise is the Republic is trying to, make some sort of strategic base, or at the very least a partnership, a sort of why can't I not
alliance?
Alliance. Okay, I was thinking of you sign a treaty. I was thinking of treaty, but gotcha. Alliance is better with Toydaria, and specifically the king of the Toydarian system, and simultaneously we have Count Dooku and his apprentice. Count Dooku is, sort of hollowed in, but it's literally Asajj Ventress on the ground, on Dooku's behest with his entire fucking droid army. Like, this is a big fucking deal. And that's secret, because as soon as Yoda comes in with his little band of, don't know what the fuck we're doing soldiers, they get shot the fuck down by this army, and the game is thus.
Yeah.
If you survive Yoda, I, as King of Toydaria, will go with you. This, of course, is all set up by Count Dooku and Asajj Ventress. If, instead, Asajj Ventress's droid army manages the fucking impossible, and I'm going to bear this out in just a second, in capturing or destroying Yoda, then you must go with us. And here's what's impossible about this.
It's Yoda.
But it's Count Dooku setting the fucking terms. He knows Yoda. How could he ever think in the fucking entire galaxy far, far away that Yoda would be captured by his fucking assassin, not even a fucking Sith, and a droid army? Like, he knows Yoda. That doesn't make any sense.
No, I'll definitely give you that. Maybe he was hoping to catch him off guard.
He's like, hey, look over there. Hey, droids, get him. He knows how stupid his fucking droids are. Like, there's no possible fucking way that Asajj, unless this is the first time that Asajj Ventress has ever been in command of droids. And she's like, well, they must be competent soldiers, right? Or else why would we use them? And then she would be very wrong. And I remember we were talking last episode when we were doing the film debut review, and I was like, hey, they made these droids look really fucking stupid. Why did they do this? And no, this is just how dumb the droids are.
Yeah.
Like, I forgot how fucking retarded these goddamn droids are.
That's why I was so surprised that you're throwing a fit over it. It's like that's like their thing. The B1s are notoriously just idiots.
It's just
I mean, they even said so in the episode. Must be my programming.
Ugh. Well, and it's that, I mean, straight on the nose there. So it speaks very negatively of the separatist movement and Count Dooku for being in command of it, and General Grievous for. I feel like I'm always saying his name wrong.
You are always saying his name wrong.
General Grievous.
There we go.
I can do it. I choose not to. I'm like fucking Lando with Han.
There you go.
Like, they made these things. What? I don't understand why they don't fix the bug. This is like Boeing crashing humans into Earth and just saying, no, we kind of like it. Like,
I mean, it's
fix your
easier
fucking
just to mass
software,
produce
dude.
them. They don't need to be completely intelligent. They're ants. All they got to do is march a certain direction and put blaster bolts at people.
But they don't. Oh gosh, they don't even follow orders. Like, this is what was so frustrating to me about this is that, I mean, I didn't go to combat. I just served for 5 fucking years in the army. But it was, it was not combat. Mm-hmm. But even in that sort of more of a relaxed environment, even though it's still the fucking military, it's not really relaxed.
Yeah, that doesn't seem.
You
very
don't question orders. You don't. There are consequences. In this particular case, they're like, we can't go into this foliage. It's too dense. And they're like, no, I can do it. Watch. And he's like, you're right. I'm stuck. Like, come on. Fuck, man. This is written by people who have never known anyone who has ever served, know nothing about any type of military force. And it's just like, we're going to create fucking, like, an army of Jar Jars in droid fucking...
I think it's just to show just how, inferior they are to the Republic.
Yeah.
Like, their leadership is so lax.
Oh, dude, it's just, I don't know. There's something about it that really bothers. Like, why would you, as a CEO on a board that's generating these droids, that's like, no, we're going to sell them to the separatists, and they're totally not going to know how horrible they are, and we're going to get away with it. I feel like you would all be murdered. Like, there's no possible way anyone who made these droids would make it out alive, because the first combat situation, you would realize how bad of a product it was, and you would cease using them.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. It's the most ridiculous thing ever.
See, I've thought about it, and I mean, I've thought way too fucking much about it. The only thing I can justify is, first and foremost, they are at war. They need shit now. But the other thing is, I mean, maybe this is the beta testing of, said droids. Like every other system they have set up, while it works better, they're not as competent, or like just there's something that goes on. And this is like the best version thus far of the programming that runs the droids.
God, I mean, with thousands of years of technological advances, I feel like they should get a droid right. I mean, Anakin on a fucking desert of Tatooine created C-3PO, who is arguably the most annoying droid ever created, still wildly more successful than any droid that any droid army ever produced. Like that.
Yeah, but he's also, got the Force on his side, and that was one of his abilities, was being able to manipulate mechanics in a way that most people couldn't. This is just pumping out fucking cannon fodder as fast as you can.
I just feel like they started the war. Couldn't they wait till they had a good product?
Well, see, if that was the case, we wouldn't have the movies that we have.
That's true. They would have fucking just owned everyone.
Exactly.
All right, good point. And they did have droidecas, which were super fucking effective. They have versions that are really effective.
Yeah, as long as it's not a B1. It's just like B1, they're idiots.
But then why do you put them in command? That's what I don't understand. Like, get a human or, whatever species, X-alien in there to command them, or get a different version of a droid that's not wildly incompetent to command the same.
Yeah, see, that's the thing I don't understand, because in other episodes we do see that, where you'll get, bridge commanders and stuff. Mm-hmm. Commanding them from the bridge.
Yeah.
And especially with the amount of droids they flew in, and the fact that they had 2 like full-size ships.
Yeah.
Okay,
so enough with the gripes. I'm sorry I started us down this road. It's always bothered me, but whatever. I still love seeing Yoda in his unleashed form.
Oh my god. Yes.
Okay, well, before we do this, at the beginning of this is what, like, one of the things I really, really love about all these the Clone Wars TV episodes, that they all start with this monologue that is very World War II film strippy.
Oh yeah,
where
Tom
it's
King.
on an edge of a planet, we find our heroes. Blah blah blah. Like it's just like this really great monologue, which it puts me right in the moment. It is very period, noir almost. I love it so much. And then
That's straight up radio serial.
yeah, there you go. That is actually spot on. Thank you. And then we have these really wonderful like Saturday morning cartoon like moral moment messages at the beginning of every episode, which just it harkens me back to being a little child, waiting for Saturday so I could actually get cartoons, and then watching Saturday morning cartoons. And I didn't even care if I hated them; they were still better than any other fucking American adult news program. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I watched Care Bears for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Care Bears,
because that's what you got. And God damn it, it was still basically a religious experience.
It was great. It was a cartoon. I loved it. I still do the Care Bear stare, and people don't know. They have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. Okay, so I loved how this set up because the movie never did that, like the theatrical release, and this is like a new thing. So I feel like what they did is they did the pilot of the theatrical release, saw where they kind of went wrong. Did a little bit of fixing behind the scenes. They're like, let's make this a little bit more episodic. Let's make this a little bit more, radio drama to your note. And they fucking nailed it. And from this first episode till the very last one that we've seen, and probably the new ones that we're going to see soon, this has never disappointed, this series, ever.
Ooh, what if they change up the format?
I'll lose my mind.
Yeah.
I thought my droid rent was bad. Just fucking wait. God damn. No, there's no way they would. I mean, they know what really makes this series work. They got to stick to it.
Yeah, Filoni's not that stupid.
Yeah. Hopefully. So this series is really about single off and sort of, paired or triplet episodes. Like they have these story arcs. They go a couple episodes and then they go back to single stuff. It bounces around in the Star Wars timeline. It's not just a single narrative going from A to B. And so you really get a scope of what the Clone Wars really was. It was galaxy-wide. It affected all manner of alien species, and it really delved deep into the Force. And we get a taste of that with this very first episode, when there's only 3 clones left off the initial assault from Asajj's droid army on Yoda and his soldiers. And it's Yoda... And I'm sorry, I have the names here somewhere.
It's Lieutenant, Thier, Jack, and Reese.
Thank you very much. Apparently you took better notes than I did.
Yep, it's called Wikipedia.
No, there you go. But he dispelled this myth that it, like right off the bat, that clones are just fodder, just like the droids were. And ironically, I think, in the last review of the theatrical release, at least I was noting that, there's mass casualties. They are just like droids. That's how damaging this war was. And this first episode sort of takes that and sort of spins it, saying, well, yes, you can end up being fodder, but why not, in the eyes of the Force, you are someone different. You may have the face of every one of your brothers, but you have a completely different signature in the Force, and you can make a mark if you just, exercise a little free will, a little extra thought, a little greatness, seizing the moment and all. And that's the type of message that I can't help. I love. I just think it's so fucking fantastic. And seeing these 3 soldiers watch, it's sort of living vicariously, I suppose. And it's a little bit interesting because we're literally watching it, so we don't need to live vicariously through them. But we saw Yoda in episode 2 flipping around and fucking up Dooku, so we know what he's capable of. These guys had no idea, and so seeing that for the first time, again, through their eyes, I thought was just wonderful. Like, we don't even think he needs our help. And he's using the enemy against each other. I mean, this is very kung fu, jujitsu, Buddha type shit. I mean, he's just fucking people up, and it is so wonderful getting to experience Yoda in this way. What were some of your favorite moments of this episode?
Oh, just that, like the biggest, like the end battle, where Yoda's just plowing him down, and right before he's like, you'll know when to help me. Just sit here. I'll take care of the light stuff. And then just goes down there and massacres them.
So
like that's one thing I will never get sick of is seeing him destroy people.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they weren't people, but whatever.
He annihilated him, and it was so good. And I think there's a brilliance in the Yoda character that is either understated or not witnessed at all in the majority of people. Mm-hmm. And that's in this episode, he really, when it comes to like a mechanical entity that has no force presence, he is merciless. He will fucking destroy it without a second of a thought, consideration.
Oh, yeah.
But even Asajj Ventress, he will use his force powers to neuter her by removing her fucking lightsabers from her grasp and still demand that she just
be nice.
But there's a... Why can't I think of the word? Give in?
Submit?
Submit? Like, there's another word, though.
Why
can't I think of this fucking word?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, yeah, she basically just gives in. He's like, you need to surrender. Oh, sweet fucking
surrender. There we go.
Oh my gosh, that was hard. I'm old. He just straight up tells her. I only watched it like an hour and a half ago too. Like that's how bad my memory is now.
Dude, I finished it and then got on with you. So trust me, there's no judgment here.
All right, good.
But he's just so smooth about it too. Like he knows in his soul that she's going to just be like, yeah, okay, I should probably surrender at some point. And then just gives her fucking lightsabers back.
So it's such a fucking power move.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm going to take them, and then I'm going to give them fucking back. And you know you can't do shit with them.
Yeah.
It's just, he literally just like bitch slapped her without doing anything. It was the fucking, and one thing, it didn't take away from her character at all.
No.
And it added a shit ton to his. Like, he didn't have to denigrate her in order to, I mean, he did to her, but not to us, the viewer. And he didn't even have to, like, boast or brag or anything. He was being humble and wise the whole time.
Well, that's insane, too, because it's like the whole point of the Jedi, aside from protecting the Republic for thousands of years, is to wipe out the Sith.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And doesn't do shit. Just... Take your lightsabers. Fuck off.
He must have realized she was not real Sith, right? Like, he was like, oh yeah, you're not there. You're not there. I would fucking destroy you, girl.
Yeah, well, I mean, he even says it, too. Like, you think you're strong in the dark side, but not strong enough.
Yeah, not strong enough you are. Oh, man. It would be great if he just, like, crawled in her, like, ship and took her little, like, I don't know, fucking like ration bar, like he took your fucking Luke's.
Stole her ration bar and her light.
Yeah, and she's just like, "Fuck! I can't do anything to stop him. Fuck!" No, okay, but this is my biggest. So first of all, it was really great seeing the clone troopers as individuals because this sets up the entire series moving forward. There's some really great clone individual moments that we're going to experience with Obi-Wan and with Anakin and even Ahsoka Tano with the clone troopers that are supporting them later in the series. This is the beginning of that, saying no, these are not mindless drones. These are not the stupid fucking droids. These are individuals, and we need to recognize them as such because when they die, it's significant. When they fail and they have human emotions, we need to treat them as such. Don't treat them as these biological clones, essentially.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important. But we also get to see the pure majesty of Yoda. But this is what bothered me more than anything. And I already mentioned it once. But I want to kind of dig into this because we just got the novel that we were talking about yesterday about Count Dooku. He was trained, and it was recognized in the episode that he was trained by Yoda. He should have fucking known better. There's no way you, as Count Dooku, send your apprentice assassin to face off with Yoda and expect like a win. There's no way. I don't get it.
I just saw it as him testing his apprentice.
Oh.
That's because, I mean, duh, she's a fucking apprentice. How the hell is she going to take out the Grand Master?
Right.
of the Jedi Order. Like, I don't think that
Oh,
was ever the point. I think it was to
okay.
see how she would react and how far she would go to win.
Hmm. I like that. All right. I feel a lot better about it now, actually. I was really like, he's a fucking retard. Like, he's just, he forgot or what?
No, not at all. Fucking Count Dooku. The dumbest thing he ever did was lightsaber fights Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
Other than that, he was a fucking genius.
All right.
Hmm.
All right, I'm in. I bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. Okay. So, he was testing Asajj. I'm okay with that, especially when we see the arc that she goes through. Like they have a really wonderful, horrible arc that I think is
Yeah.
really fascinating. But as far as this first episode, I mean, it was like we knew where it was going to end as soon as we saw it begin, but it
Mhm.
was really enjoyable to watch the process unfold in front of us and to
Oh
see
yeah.
the seemingly insurmountable odds that the three troopers and Yoda had to face and yet still come on top. I think my favorite part of the entire episode was when Asajj was trying to cut down the king and then she just couldn't move anymore.
Yeah.
And then suddenly realized Yoda was there.
Well, and it's crazy too
So
because
good.
like every time I see this episode and that part happens, I always expect for the camera to pan down
Yeah.
and Yoda's there, one handing his lightsaber up, but then you look and he's just straight up holding her off with the Force, which is infinitely more badass.
It's so good. Oh, yeah. It really just nails home how not only powerful, but merciful and wise and caring. And I don't know, just considerate he is, not just to those that he cares about, his troops specifically, but even his enemies he gives consideration. And
Hmm.
that takes I couldn't do that.
No, no, fuck no. If
That
I got a
takes,
chance to do anything to someone I can't stand, I'm gonna fucking take it.
yeah. I'd like to do a couple things to Asajj. Just
Yep.
saying.
That kind of goes without saying.
All right, we're on the same page. Good. But I mean, that's really all I have. I mean, we've gone past sort of the worst, I think, of the Clone Wars with the theatrical release.
Mhm.
From here on out, there may be not as good episodes, but there's never a bad one.
Yeah, no, I will definitely say that. Yeah, it's after getting the origins of Ahsoka
Mm-hmm.
and seeing where she ends up, it's like I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to enjoy this entire series all over again.
Yeah.
Because I mean, admittedly, the first time I watched it, I couldn't get into it until a few episodes into season 2, and then after that, it was like, fucking Ahsoka. Yeah, I'm pretty excited to go back through this. And one thing, I really love the fact that no streaming services have it for free anymore.
Yeah.
So I actually had to pull out the Blu-ray, and goddamn, seeing this in proper 1080, like it's just so. I forgot how beautiful it is.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
the actual, like of course it's all CG, but like it's straight up like paint textures for
Mhm.
everything. I forgot how fucking beautiful it was.
You can actually see the splotches, like the texture splotches of what would be a brush, or the strokes of
Mhm.
the bristles of the brush in different cases. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
it's stunning.
beautiful.
Oh
Yeah.
man. And one thing that I forgot as well, if you guys go to starwars.com, you can actually see episode galleries of every single episode in that sort of,
Mhm.
I think they resed it down from 1080, but it's still, a decent HD res view of stills of the episodes, and sometimes there's like little featurettes or trailers and stuff,
Mhm.
and concept art. I mean, you can relive these episodes like as if it were the first time, with all of the majesty that is inherent therein. It's really, really wonderful. So I highly suggest you guys do that if you enjoyed it. But of course, let us know what you thought of the episode. We would love to hear from you. Let us know if we were forgetting something, or if there was a note that we didn't bring up and you want to bring it up. We'd love to hear it, what you love about this episode 1 of season 1. We've got a long way to go before we're finished, and we're going to be hitting, the Mandalorian and the new
Mhm.
Clone Wars episodes before we are finished. But we'll always come back and finish what we started. So
Oh
look
yeah,
forward to
definitely.
episodes, hopefully every week, but sometimes life gets in the way, so we're going to have to, adjust fire as necessary.
We're going to do our best, goddammit.
Yeah. But let us know what you thought, and thank you so much for tuning in and listening to the episodes. So until we can do another review of the Clone Wars, may the Force be with you.
But I just got promoted.
What's up, Princess Moon? Princess Moon.